Hello my friends, Asoka the Geek here, and for this review, we're going to take a look at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Gold Label Collection Glow-in-the-Dark Bane. So this was on the Walmart CollectorCon last week. I was able to pre-order it, and it's already here. Look at that, record shipping time. These are actually being fulfilled by the McFarlane online store, and I don't live that far from where they ship these from, so luckily I get these pretty quick when McFarlane ships them. So yeah, super stoked to take a look at this. I'm a sucker for Bane. I got the other two, and I'll definitely do a comparison in this video. But yeah, let's get glow-in-the-dark Bane out of the package, and let's see what he's about. Alright, there he is, outside of the packaging. I went right for the glow-in-the-dark effect, because I really wanted to see how that looks. It looks pretty awesome. Even the DC logo, if you can see it on, my eyes are getting a little discombobulated here, on the base, has a glow-in-the-dark effect. And then, of course, here's Bane with oh, look at that. You got the veins in there are glowing. The belt's glowing. That's pretty nifty. Very gimmicky, obviously, but still cool nonetheless. This will look nice on the shelf when I'm sitting here in the dark looking at my glow-in-the-dark figures. Yeah, the legs as well has some glow-in-the-dark effects. But yeah, that's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool glow-in-the-dark effect, if I do say so myself. Anyways, let's turn the light back on here. There we go. That was a harsh transition. There we go. So there is Bane now. Regular Bane, non-glowing Bane. But yeah, this is what you get with it. You get the trading card that you see here. Nice little DC logo standing green. That looks pretty dope. And then the base. And of course, Bane himself. So, did he look like this in the comics? Does he have blue pants? I remember this either in the comics or in the animated series. But whatever. This is obviously just a retooling of this Bane here, the original Bane, which I love. I think this was called Nightfall Bane, even though he looked nothing really like the Nightfall Bane from the comics. Now, give me a sec. I'm going to grab, while you look at that, the other re-release of this. And I'm coming back. Thanks for waiting. So there's the true, like, Nightfall looking Bane. So those are all our different Banes here. So, yeah. I'm not sure which one I like the most. Honestly, the one in the middle I probably like the least. I don't really care for the for the blue pads versus the other ones. But this one's really dope just because of the comic book kind of shading and coloring that it has. And this original one is just really cool, sort of modern looking Bane. But, you know, the new one looks pretty good as well. And if you don't have the other two, I definitely recommend getting this if you are looking to get a Bane figure and the other two are out of the price range. I think this is a pretty cool Bane, especially with that little fun glow-in-the-dark effect. Maybe you're a fan of the blue pants. I think he looks more intimidating with the black, but that's just my opinion. As far as articulation and whatnot, it's a pretty tight figure. It would have been nice if he came like with a pair of fisted hands, but what are you going to do? He does not. Yeah, you kind of got to work with it a little bit to get some posing going here. Not the most fluid of figures, but it looks cool nonetheless. The design is awesome. Even though he is way freaking too big to be any sort of comic book accurate Bane, I still love McFarlane's version of Bane. I would have loved another version that was a little bit more comic book accurate in size. And let me give you an idea of how big he is. If you're not familiar with this figure, here is Hush Batman. Let's get this Bane out of the way so you can see how big he is next to Hush Batman. But there you go. So it's your big boy. It's a big Bane figure. But I love it. He looks great next to the other two Bane figures. Again, I'm a sucker for this sculpt. I'd probably buy it again if they came out with another version, unfortunately, because I'm that guy. What can I do? But I guess that's about it, really. I mean, we did a comparison. We did the glow-in-the-dark effect. Here's a look at the figure. I'll do another reel with Bane next to a few other characters. But, you know, I guess I've reviewed this. This is now the third time, basically, reviewing this figure, more or less. I dig it. Obviously, the height is a problem if you're looking for any sort of accuracy, because Bane isn't that big. It doesn't look like any version, really, of the comic books. But it's just a cool figure. That's the way I would describe this Bane. And there you go. There's your look at Bane, the Walmart Collector Con exclusive. Although I think this was also available on the McFarlane website, if I'm not mistaken. Let me know what you think in the comments below if you have any other questions. Again, I'll do another reel with a little bit more comparisons than just the one or two that I did. But thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate your time, and have a great day.